Half of Sweetheart Stitchers here. I'm Ashley. Marla is not in this video because I know it's going to be long. I have so many things to show you guys. I don't want to bore Marla to death. But this video is going to be a recap of 2018, my first year of stitching, kind of give you a summary of, I started stitching in, I want to say, February, maybe March of last year. So almost a year in, not quite yet. Marla actually was stitching before me, and I said I was not gonna stitch. It did not give me any interest. I was just like, no, I do needlepoint, I do latch hook, I paint, I cake decorate, there's so many things that I do, and I was just like, I don't want to add anything else, and I don't have enough time to do everything, But I had been really, I want to say, stagnant on a lot of my other projects. I took some time and I didn't do anything really. I was just like, have some time for myself. And really that's what I did when I started dating Marla. I ran back on a lot of my art projects. My painting stopped. We were traveling all the time. We were going up north, we were camping, we were planning trips, and I was working, and then I got my first full-time job, and 5 years later, we finally have our first house together, and for a year already, and our life has really sped up to a lot of things, and I didn't really do any crafty stuff anymore, and I missed it, and I was like, I have my first house, I want to be able to decorate, and put things up on the wall, and I don't have anything. Well, I have stuff, I just don't have them in frames. I have paintings that I have in frames, and I have latch hook kits that are done, needlepoint kits that are done, lots of paintings, lots of artwork, lots of drawings that I need to get up on my walls. And I've started to do that in our craft room. On one wall, is put a lot of my artwork up that I haven't been able to put up. So I was like, no, to cross stitch. It wasn't the fact that, I liked what she was doing, and then it was the fact of me starting to see patterns. I seen patterns that I liked, and I was like, oh crap, I can't do them unless I can't have them if I don't do them, because she ain't gonna, I'm sure she would have done at least like one or two of them, but I was like, no. So we were at Hobby Lobby, I do believe, and I just found this really pretty butterfly kit, which I can show you. It's down here. I still haven't finished it, to be honest. And it was stamped. It's from, is it the company's name? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Stitched by Color. And this one's printed. It's really pretty, I was like, oh, I'll try it. Because I had just finished Marla's grandma's needlepoint that I did. And it was really pretty, and I was looking for something else to do, and I started working on my other needlepoint. And I got pretty far on that. And I came across a pattern. I don't know what pattern. Oh, Frosty Forest. We watched something, she found something on Facebook or YouTube, and we found Floss Tube. So we started watching that together. So I ended up looking for this just to try it, to see if I liked it. It comes kitted up with all the bright colors. There's beautiful colors in this kit. They're all wrapped around because there's, 9 yards of them. And I've actually got a lot done on it, and it wouldn't take me that much to finish it. And I seen Frosty Forest. I'm like, dang it, I like that. I really, really like that. So I ended up buying, I want to say 1 or 2 patterns of Frosty Forest, or all the animal patterns. I think all the animal patterns. And I just picked one and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna see if I like it. And I stitched the one with the bunny and the squirrel. And I really, really liked it. I was like, oh, dang it. That was weird. And I planned on giving this to my grandma, and it ended up getting a stain on it somehow. But I have, I want to find us a frame to give my grandma this. I have to go to the store. I have it on sticky board. I haven't cut the extra fabric off yet because I want to wait until I have the frame just to be safe. So this was my first finished of 2018. I want to say this is Snowy Friend. I'll show you later. I have them kitted up. And I really like this. And then I played around with, then I seen everybody stitching it on one big piece. It's like, damn it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. And I was like, I really like it all stitched together. And I had an idea of how I wanted to do it. And then I seen somebody else doing Mill Hills Village. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. And she had done this really, really pretty snowflake border, and they were all together. And I'm like, oh, and I could interchange them, and this one could be on it, and that one. I'm like, I was like, I was hooked. I was like, okay, I will do cross stitch. So this was my first finish. Then I just dove right in. I mean, I started finding patterns. I started finding everything. And then I found Country Cottage Needleworks and Little House Needleworks, and I loved all of their patterns. I mean, I was like in love with all of them. And I was like, okay, I'll start one. And it was February, so I chose March to do it. And I chose the March Cottage. And I did that. And that's when frogging happened. I started, screwing up, which it wasn't bad. And I really loved it. I was like, oh, this is really cute. And this was the first one I finished. And it took forever for me to fully FFO it. So I have a magnet on the back, and it goes on a board that goes right up here where that black mark is, that I switch out with the months, which I don't have any of the other months yet, so I can't do that. And then I found Hands On Design, and I was like, oh, her patterns are really cool. And I bought a whole bunch of hers, and then I found Primitive Hair, and I was like really hooked. I'm like, that's it. I need to stop looking at patterns. I just need to stitch. And that's what I did. I bought a nice size amount of stuff, and I just started stitching like crazy. So then Hands On Design happened, and I got I want to say January and March Year in Chalk pieces, both of these. And I started stitching this one right away because I love the snowflakes, just loved it. Which I did finish it, which if you can kind of tell up in the top, I don't think you can, there's Krynic in there. And I want to put Krynic in the rest of the snowflakes. And I'm trying to figure out a way I want to finish this. I think I want to put it on one of those black whiteboard or black chalkboards that is a stand that I can put greenery and stuff around and change them out. And I already have January, and then I did March. So those two, so that's my third and fourth finish of the year. And I love these. And I went out and I tried to buy as many as I could. I couldn't find them all. I still don't have them all, but I've started quite a few of them, which I will show in my WIPs. And then I found a pattern. I don't have it down here with me. It's upstairs. It's called Ladybugs and Bumblebees, I think, or vice versa, by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I fell in love with it. I love gardening. I love being outside in the summer. It just reminds me of my childhood, and I love birds and everything like that. Birds are my passion. I have bird photos everywhere. right now you can't see back here, but on a table I have birds, and all my whole living room's got like statues of birds in it right now. And I seen this and I was like, I want to stitch that, you know. And I finished it. I did it on 18 count oatmeal Aida, and this was my first big finish, and I love it. I love it. I finished this at the towards almost the end of summer. I finished this, and I love it. This was my first time using fancy floss too, and that started my love of fancy floss too. I love this. I just love all the colors and stuff. Reminds me of being a kid and being outside. I love it. I have a couple boo-boos, but you know, oh well. I got one up here. I got, it's not in that leaf. Some of this, just changing my directions on myself. So that is my 5th finish of the year. And then I did Mania, and I was nuts, and I was stupid, you know, first year in, hey, let's just dive right in. Of course, I'd already collected like 1,000, patterns from Little House Needleworks, Country Cottage Needleworks, and a couple from Permanent Hair, and Disney patterns, because I love Disney, and, you know, the whole shapeal. If you guys don't know, I'll be getting married in Disney in May. If you haven't watched any of our other videos, we announced that, I think on our last video, we'll be getting married in Disney in May, during the week of my birthday. I'm really excited. I cannot wait. Then in Mania, I started everything and anything I could get my hands on. And a lot of them things I did this kit up. I did 16 new starts. I ended up having to get a new fabric for one of them. I already got fabric for one of them, and then I just changed my mind on a couple of them. So when I was going through all my stuff, when I was doing my spring cleaning or my winter cleaning of stitching before the new year, and then my last finish, well, it was my finish before the Ladybugs, was Be Merry by, I think, Little House Needleworks. And this was my first time stitching on 28 count. And then that started my love of 28 count. I actually prefer to stitch on 28 count now. So I'm a lover of fancy floss now and 28 count. And I love this. And I love this fabric, actually. It's like an old linen. But they don't sell it anymore. But I do have quite a bit of it now, because I bought quite a bit of it when it was on sale. So them are my finishes. All of them, I think. Yes. So them are all my finishes for 2018. You know, I didn't have a lot, you know. But I have a lot of starts and to show you guys. And it'll be to show you what I'm bringing into the new year as well. So I will show you guys my new year, new start first. Trying to find out the cover page. Just got it. Yeah. I showed before on our last video, my recent purchase was Space Tiger by, it's a seller in Etsy. Her first name is Nadia. I don't want to slaughter her last name, but it's the Space Tiger, and I love this pattern. I just love it. I cannot get enough of it. My favorite animal is a tiger. I've always loved tigers since I was a child, especially a white tiger. And with this part of the face, just reminds me of a white tiger. So I was just like, I have to do it. And the pattern was like $5. And it's a blended thread, so it's the first time I'm doing blended threads, and I don't mind it. I really don't. I worked on it a lot last night. I started on it first. But love it. So I am stitching it on 28 count white Ugana, I believe. minus the hair on it, but I have gotten quite far. I'm still on my first page, but I've got that much done. And I've actually done quite a bit on this page. I'll show you. It's full coverage, this pages. This is the only page that's full coverage. All the other ones are full coverage. So I started in the middle. First time starting in the middle. And I love this. I plan on stitching on it again today. Love, 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 love that. Put this over here. So that was my new year, new start to start 2019. With that, I took the time to clean everything. I mean, I organized all my charts, I organized all my projects, made sure everything was bobbinated, went through all my floss, did a DMC had list. Everything highlighted is what I have so far. I don't have a full set of DMC yet. You know, eventually I know I will, considering in less than a year I've already accumulated a crap ton, and then I have a box of triples and doubles because so many country cottage needlework patterns call for like the same browns and the same whites and the same greens. So there's a lot of doubles in there. So I did that. I took the time and I bought one of these big organizers from Michaels. And I love this thing. It's got a handle on it. And the snappers on this, you literally have to snap them pretty hard to get them. They're not going anywhere. Not saying you ain't gonna be able to do like the 50 pickup thing if you accidentally whoop, then I can't help you there. But I love it. So I have all the new DMC on this side along with the variegated DMC here. So I've started to organize, and then these are all the threads that are not in use in my other projects. And then I have a project that I'm kitting up in this corner, just making sure that they're, and then extras. But I love this. It was $20 at Michael's, and I had a 50% off coupon, and they were having some type of sale, and I ended up getting it for like $7. And this thing is totally worth it. Totally worth it. I love it. I love having it down there. Even Marla, she'll go and like, I don't have da-da-da. She doesn't have as much floss as I do. I had floss for my needle points, so I still have some floss upstairs that's in my needlepoint projects that I won't remove. But she'll go into this and she'll, you know, say, hey, do you have, I said, well, check in here. If it's in here, you can take it because it's not in one of my projects. As long as you don't take it from the back. I said, you can't take it from this back part. And she likes it. She was in here the other day and got one of her colors she needed. So I love this. I plan on getting another one because I don't want them to be so tight together. And I'm going to work on trying to figure out how to label. I think I have an idea, but we'll see. But everything is bobbinated. I know exactly how many skeins of everything I have. My fancy floss, I'm going to move you guys just for a hot second. I put my fancy floss in these. So all my weeks are in here. And they're all flosses that I eventually need for projects that I had like kitted up just to be safe. So like these are all weeks. I have one off for Classic Colorworks and yeah, Gentle Arts. They're all in the same container, but I have a lot of those. So I did all that. Let's stop moving, you guys. So that was a big step for this year that I wanted to do. So I did my first new start of the year. I cleaned all my patterns. I went through everything, and then I had like a breakdown from December. Maybe December, the month of December. I mean, I was ordering patterns off of Stash Unload. A lot of them. But I got so many good deals, which I will show you as we go along. Because there are so many things that I've bought and I've kitted up. So I will start with my recent projects, which you already know about my Space Tiger. And I keep all my projects in baggies like this, other than one project, then I'll show you. So that is my first WIP of the new year. My, where should we start? We'll start with this one because then I just talked about it. The only other project that I don't have in a bag is my Disney project. So it has its own box for floss. So this, and I know some of these are missing. Yeah, a lot. And everything is bobbinated except for the extras in here. And I haven't worked too horribly. This was my birthday start for Stitch Mania because Stitch Mania is in my birthday month in May. So May 16th, I started my Disney stained glass piece that I bought on Etsy. And this is not going to show you the full thing because it didn't print out. The corners are cut off. The corners are the villains. And I love this piece. I love, love, love this piece. I can't wait to get more done on it. I am doing it on 25 count white. And I don't have a lot done. I just have the start of the first corner done. And that's my goal, is I want to get down here and stitch this block just to see how it's gonna look. Because I've had a couple people show me some of theirs and I didn't like how it turned out. So I am going to stitch the corner. If it turns out like halfway decent, I will stitch the rest of the project. But I really like this. I love the stained glass. I love all the characters. It has my favorite characters on it. It has Marlon's favorite characters. So that is my second WIP for 2019 that I'm bringing in with me. Eek. This is driving me nuts. Just give me 1 second. I'm so afraid that the floss is going to go flying out of here. And I'm not doing the pickup game today. I'm doing good all week when I was cleaning and doing what I had to. So there we go. Then I have a lot of I have a monthly stitching bag, which is, I have 2 of them. I have the hands-on design yarn and chalk pieces like I was talking about. And I have a lot of WIPs. So we're on WIP 3, which I have to pull out because I did the colors wrong. I have April. And I accidentally stitched the green right there when it's supposed to, that's actually supposed to be white. The green is gonna go up here. So I gotta pull that out. I was trying to talk and stitch at the same time. Didn't work out. So I have that as a WIP. I have the hands-on design October, which I am almost done with this one. This one is not that far. And I have my colors. I got bright colors. And I try to stitch a thread on these every couple of days. But I have quite a bit done on that one. And I'm going to do basic stitches, both of them. Did the word candy in the candy corn colors, and I really like that, so I'm going to do that. That's why the yellow's in there. That's another WIP. And then my last one, this was a Stitch Mania, I probably should have had it done, but I haven't, is the May one. And I have quite a bit done on it. I know I could stitch on this for 1 or 2 days and have it done, but I haven't. And then I have my green. And then for continuation for the year, I have all those kitted up, and I already have, I'm gonna start February this year. And I have my pink chose. So I just chose my own random DMCs. And this, I'm certain these are on 16 count Black Ada. Yeah. So those are all those WIPs. So a little randomness in that bag. Just, you know, when February comes, I can just get February out and stitch on it and do what I want. These are, oh, here's one WIP in here. And then I did with Priscilla and Chelsea the Little House Needleworks, Little House, or Little, is it Pumpkin Hollow Farms? Yeah, Pumpkin Hollow Farms. I got quite far on this one. I'm doing this on 18 count. I want to, can't remember. I got cat hair all over it. I got most of the bottom half done, and then I put it away. I changed some colors. I can't remember. I know I changed the pumpkin color because it wasn't really variegated. The flower color because it wasn't really variegated. Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to stitch the bottom or top border on this one. And I'm doing most of the called for colors. And then in this, the bag that came out of is all my Halloween plans for this year. So last year I started the Crawler's Lullaby from the Primitive Hair on 28 count 1/1. I just didn't like it. And then I did like it, and then I noticed that I didn't have enough fabric. That's what it was. And I love this. Love, love, love this. And then, so I said, no, I'm just going to get I need to get a different fabric anyway. So I got 28 count Wren to do that on. I love that. Yeah, my floss fell out for that one. So my plan is to start that again, hopefully before October. That way I can just work on it. Or I'll stitch her in May during Mania probably. And then I have Jardin Privé Halloween. Yeah, Halloween. And I have this kitted up. Well, not all the way kitted up, but I have hand-dyed linen 28 count Wren again for this. So this is a plan for Halloween for 2019. And I have the fabric back there. I just have to get the rest there. And then this is a plan. It's the Whisper by the Wind, the Morning Tree. I do like this. It's just finding the fabric for it to go on. I want to stitch on purple, and I got this 28 count purple. I think it would be pretty cool, but I think it's too bright, but we'll see. You never know. So those are my WIPs from last year and my plans for the fall stitchy season of 2019. And I don't have any other Halloween ones that I want to start that I have found. So I think those will stay as planned. And I just want to put it all away because I don't want to have it up. Then, trying to figure out how to do this. Then another WIP from 2018 is Bloom Where You Are Planted by Brenda Gervais. Love this pattern, love a lot of her patterns. I'm doing it in the called for except for one. And I am actually very far on this. I actually probably could get this done, but I haven't sat down to finish it. And this is on 28 count run as well, I believe. Yeah. I think it's Ren. I can't tell. Yeah, it's Ren. I like Ren for some odd reason. But I have that one, which is going to continue into 2019. I'll call for Fancy Floss, except for one color. I can't remember which one it was, to let you know. So that is another WIP. And then this pattern, I don't know. I love the pattern. I absolutely love the pattern. It's an Emma Condon. I hope I'm saying that right. Her Northern Lights, I think it's called. Let me check. I think it's, yeah, no, Night Lights. And it's the Aurora Borealis pattern. Absolutely love this pattern. I mean, I love this pattern. That's why I want to stitch it. Then you look at the chart. I'm not blind. I have good eyes. But this chart sucks. Not just because like the color changes. That's not really it. It's just like the symbols. The symbols, and it just doesn't really, it doesn't help. I've tried blowing this up and it just makes the pattern blurrier. So this has been a struggle. I did start this. I was like so ready to start this. I was like full board. I'm gonna get this done. I love it. Like this was the first pattern I was like 100% passionate about, and I was like, I want to stitch this. And then I seen the chart and I was like, so I'm going to show you guys the flosses for it, because I don't know if you guys have seen this, but let's see if I can do this without having it fall off. Look at all those pretty colors. I love purple. So, and then I'll take them off really quick. And trying to remember. That's how far I got. This is on 18 count black 8 up. You know, it's a decent sized piece. You know, it looks really good, like the colors do. But it's just reading that pattern. I mean, I want to stitch on this. You know, I've seen some people, I've heard a couple other people complain about the pattern as well. I'm hoping maybe she'll release the pattern on her own and the pattern will be better displayed, because I really want to stitch this. I'm not going to stop stitching it. I just can't stitch on it for a long time. But that's one of my WIPs that are going into 2019. And then the next two are Mania starts that I didn't switch. And the first one is my Belle portrait. Love that. And I started stitching this one first, and I posted it on my Stitch Mania, or on the Stitch Mania site, and the Cupcake Stitcher put another link up, and there are more. I only found her and Jasmine. The Jasmine's the other one that I have started, but my favorite's Aurora. There's Aurora. I still haven't bought it. The patterns are kind of expensive, but it's a decent size, you know, pattern. But there's Aurora, Snow White, and I think there's one other one. Oh, Ariel. And then I want to do them all. I really, really do. This is just a Mania start. I haven't worked on it since. It's more like a gradient. This is on 18 count. I think 18 count. Yeah, 18 count white. That was my little dinky start down there, but that was actually a day in Mania, so proud of that. So I really, really want to get back to this badly. I really love these patterns. And this does not want to sit in there. Okay. So that's another WIP. And then I have my Jasmine, which I don't have a cover photo for, but done on the same fabric, I do believe. Yep, 18 count. This one has got more of a random, you know, start to it. Yeah, more of a random, all over the place kind of start. So that was one day of Mania. A lot of goldfish, you know, popping around. And then I have it's like this one's my last one. Then I have the Country Cottage Needleworks February. And I switched a whole bunch of the colors out, and I have that much done. So, and I have May started too. May was in my WIPs for Mania, but I wanted just to focus on one at a time instead of doing two. So I have February kitted up, and May I have everything too. And that's in here with the fabric to do more of them. I have the rest of the cottages that I have in the back of that folder. And then I have another one that I started, which were the hands-on design ornaments, and I started the deer tier, and I actually ended up finishing it, and it was my first finish for 2019. And these are really small, guys. This is done in an 18 count. Look how teeny that is. Here's my hand. Fits literally in the palm of my hand. So I have one done, and I have the rest of everything kitted up in here with some fabric to do the next one. So that's part of my stitching for this year coming up. I want to do some more of these ornaments. I think I want to start Noel next. I really love the lettering on Noel. So this one's my next one that I want to do. So already have one finished for 2019. Yay! So it's not like it's a huge start, it's an ornament, so not the hop skipping around. So I have that. Oh crap, that came out of its bag. So that's another set of plans for 2019. And then I started another 2019 new start. And this is my to-go bag, where I just take it with me. I have one of these Sew Solutions little containers, and it's magnetic on the bottom. It just opens up, and the flosses are all in here, and my magnet's magnetized, and then usually my scissors are in there as well. And I just put this in the back of the baggie, that project. And the one I started was Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Garden. I have loved this pattern since I've seen it. I had been in love with this pattern, but I had a hard time finding, I think it was Old Point. old blue paint where it was variegated. A lot of them weren't, and I was like, I'm not gonna stitch when it's not variegated. So this is on 28 count Fiddler's linen, I think it's what it's called. And I got a decent start on this already. And I got that much done. So that, I'm really happy with that. So that's another WIP for 2019. And I just take that with me to work or stitch on it at home for a couple hours, at least a week, you know. And I haven't maybe worked on it a couple times, you know, it's, sorry. I have no energy. Like I start out with good energy and then it just goes down. But you know, we're only what, third weekend, not bad progress for just pulling it out. I showed you that one already. What else? Oh, plans. Other things that I have kitted up that I have not started. I had a couple charts that I wanted like really bad, and they were Prairie Schoolers, and a couple Crosswind collection that I really wanted. And I got them. My LNS ordered the Prairie Schoolers for me, and the first one was book number 44, Birds and Berries. And I love these. I've seen them stitched. Drawing a blank. Forgot who I seen stitching them. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I know I'll remember it. But I seen her stitching it and I was like, birds. Duh. I'm gonna get it. So I had her, my LNS, order this one, which I have all the floss already for the pattern, ready to go. For that. Cannot wait to get that started. And then I have another one I asked for them to get, and it was book number 24, Prairie Birds. And this reminds me of my grandpa, because he builds old birdhouses out of old barnwood. And they're gorgeous. I can't wait. He actually just built another one. It's gorgeous. I mean, when I love something, I beg to get it from him. And there's only certain times that I've actually like, I begged for this piece. And I begged and I begged. And he just looked at me. I'm Grandpa's girl. And he's like, yeah, you can have it. And I cannot wait to put it in my yard during the summer. It is gorgeous. If I get it over here before I upload this video, I'll take a picture of it and you guys will understand why I love it. I have a bird feeder that is kind of similar to this with the little yellow finches on it. And it's made out of old driftwood and burnwood. And it's kind of same layout that's in my garden that he made. And just these houses just remind me of him and the birds, because he's a bird guy and it's one of the loves that we both have, and I want to stitch these. I would like to stitch one for him. I think with the project that I'm doing, I'm going to see how small these come up to and try to figure out what count I can make them into, like a small pillow to put them in the thing that I want to do for him for his birthday. For Christmas, I got my family ash holders for my mom's ashes. She's been gone now. This was our second Christmas without her, and it was hard still. And I've been looking around for these ash necklaces. I have one, but I didn't get everybody one because I didn't know if they were going to want them, and it turned out they did, and that was fine. And I was looking around trying to find something that like meant something to everybody, you know, one that could be all similar and same design, or have something on it that would remind them of my mom. And then I found one that had an angel wing on it, and I was like, perfect. So I ended up getting that one. And you know, my grandma ain't gonna wear a necklace. You know, it's just not gonna be him. My uncle will wear it, or put it somewhere where he'll be able to see it. Serenity will wear hers, my grandma will wear hers. But we had a specific idea for him, and we couldn't get to it. The stuff that we needed was kind of barricaded in the garage, with my uncle fixing my car, fixing his car, fixing my grandpa's car. Like, everything was a mess in there. We couldn't get to what we needed to. And it just didn't happen. So I made a deal with my uncle that we would please get it done by his birthday, which is around his birthday. And it's not like it was like a hard task. I said, you just need, you to do it, because I can't remember how to do it that well. I was taught when I was younger to tie flies, like flies for fishing. And we have hair. I had the funeral home give me a nice lock that had been combed and put together. He had cut some hair from her before they had taken her, so like, he already had it, but he didn't know that I had also got a big chunk of it. And I want to make a fly out of her hair to hang in a showcase next to his, where he sits and he reads, with a little urn with more of her ashes in it, with a fly hanging from the top of the box. But it didn't happen. So I'm hoping to have it done this year for him, because it's something I know that he really, really would like, and it's something he mentioned doing. He just hasn't got around to it, but I know the moment he brings out that hair, he is not going to be able to actually, get himself to do it. And I asked my uncle, can you get yourself to do it? Do you think you could do it? He's like, yeah, it's been long enough for me that I could do it. So he said he would do it for me. So we're in the process of trying to locate all the things, because there's certain things that you need to make a fly, and everything is just buried in the garage right now. So hopefully we'll have that done for his birthday. Really, really want to get that done, because it's something I know that'd be really special to him, and I want to make maybe one of these into a pillow to go in there, because they did crafts together, and they were very close to each other, and I want something special for him. So I have back on topic, sorry. I have the floss already bobbinated for just the birds, not these ones back here. Oops, sorry, pattern. Oh, Lord have mercy, I cannot stretch. And then I got a huge roll. You guys want to get huge rolls of, I don't know if they have, yeah, they have 28 count too. And 18 count, go to Michael's. They have huge rolls, decent size rolls of fabric. And I have enough fabric for sure to do most of these patterns, maybe even all of them. So I have that. And then that's 18 count Fiddler Zeta. I really like that, and I think it would go very well with the colors. There's like one or two colors that I have to be like afraid of, but we'll figure that out when we get there. And I think they're mostly inside the birds anyway. So that is a plan. I want to start the birds either after my page finish for my tiger. I want to get that main page finish done, because once I know that page finish is done, all the other pages aren't going to be as daunting. So I have that. And then I have another one, and this is another memorial piece. This one is for my grandmother, my great grandmother that loved birds. This is Crossed Wings Collection, Red Birds and Raspberries. It's number 14. I love a lot of their patterns. I've actually got a couple to show you. And I seen this. I walked into one of our LNSs that we go to that's about a half an hour away. And when you walk in, you look straight down one of their hallways. It's sitting right on the top of the doorway. And I'm like, oh my God, that is gorgeous. Who's that by? And she's like, oh, it'll be in this box, blah, blah, blah. And I get to it. No crap. I like almost everything of theirs. And I want that. I told Marla I'm getting it. I said for $5. The pattern's huge. This is a very big piece stitched up, even on 28 count. But I love it. And I plan on getting it. And then there is a poem that I wrote when I was in high school, I do believe. I don't think it was in middle school. I was in high school. My grandma passed away when I was in elementary. But I was very, very close to her. She was somebody that made me very calm and was a very warm person to be around. So this is a piece that I want to stitch to put the verse that I made up here for my great grandma. And I have a verse for my mother too that I had made. I made her obituary poem that I'm trying to find something bird related. Either like a blue bird or a blue finch. She liked small birds. My great grandma loved cardinals. That's why it's this one. So I started kitting this one up. It's actually in the back of this. Oh. Ooh. Up here are the start of the flosses for this. I want to get it all kitted up at least before spring. I would like to start this for spring. I would like to stitch all 3 memorial pieces in that time frame, just when those birds are starting to come out and I can sit at my window and see the birds flight right at the, I have a big, beautiful window right here, and I think it'd be really nice to do that. So that is plan 1 on that. So I've already got that kitted up. I'm gonna do it on either 28. I think I'm gonna do it on 28 count just to make it not over daunting on myself. I think because on 18 count it's 11 by 9 stitched. It's 12 by 10 pretty much stitched. So I think if I do it on 28 count, it'll give me more room to stitch that verse. So I gotta find a font for that. So that is another plan, which I'm in the work for. And then trying to look for a pattern either with sunflowers and birds in it for my mom, because my mom really likes sunflowers. So try and look for something for that. And then, like I was saying, I've been looking for more cross-winged. I have a whole list of them. I have a unicorn chart that every time I go on 1, 2, 3 stitch, they're out. And it's a banner, a bell pull banner with vines and all these birds on it. There's 2 booklets you have to buy to do the whole banner. And they were out when I went to go buy them. But I went on 1, 2, 3 stitch, or not on 1, 2, 3 stitch. I stitched the mode, and a lady was selling book number 26, The Crosswings Christmas. And it's the Christmas tree with all the birds and the rabbits. And there's 5 charts, 1 large, 2 small, medium ones, and then 2 ornaments. And I love the ornaments. So this is the main reason I got the chart. And then these little guys right here, which I think I'm going to stitch those first, because I am in love with the little blue jay. Blue jays are dings. I'm just going to say it out loud. They are aggressive birds. They are mean. They're beautiful birds. I have a whole family of blue jays and a whole family of cardinals here and a whole family of hawks. I mean, I have tons of birds at my house, even for living on a corner. And the blue jays just are so rude with my bird feeder out here. I had to actually put a bigger bird feeder out, that way they would kind of leave them alone. I hadn't put my big bird feeder out. Now they're kind of getting along, and they leave the one out front along, alone, and then they like, oh, I can fit back here, you know, kind of thing. So my thing with blue jays, I think they're gorgeous birds. They're just rude. They're just rude. And then I have another kitted up that I want to start. It's a monthly. It's the hands-on design year in celebration. Yeah. I see these. I'm not really fond of the color choices, so I'm going to change those. But I have January kitted up and ready to go, and I found this 28 count, kind of like burlap color, and I like it. Shows up really cool there. And I have my color choices and cover the charts that I chose to change. So I have that kitted up. I want to start January soon. So that's another plan for 2018. And then my last plan for 2018, oh shoot, no it isn't. There's the other one. And then I have a whole baggie for February, springtime. So I started this one. This is a WIP last year for Mania. It's Country Cottage Needleworks. Stop and Smell the Roses. Love this pattern. Love, love. I'm doing this on 20 or 18 count oatmeal Aida. And it's to be interchanged with the same piece that the Ladybug one is on. And I have that much done. And that was a Mania start. So that was one day. So I want to pull these ones out during February. And that one's all kitted up, of course. And then and then I found this on Stash Unload. I've never heard of the company, New York Dreamer. I've actually seen a couple more patterns now that I found this one. It's called Love by Isaiah. Sorry, I don't know. Gladstone's her last name. And I love this, and I want to do like a bowl, little bowl with Valentine's finishes on it. I have this one. I printed off the hands-on design. She had 2 or 3 freebies around Valentine's Day because of her husband and hers anniversary. So I have those I'm going to put with this. And I have the black Aida, 18 count Aida, to do this. And I have the floss right there. Just got to figure out what pink. I'm going to look at my LNS for a very pretty variegated pink. And then I have in here just extra patterns of if I finish the Stop and Smell the Roses and that one for that time zone. But I'm also during that time I want to do the Februaries of the hands-on design and the house. But I have right on the back of that, just to start right away if I want to, Lovely Home. And then I have other patterns in there too, just as like, oh, it's the same type of stitching. Like here's an Easter one for April. You know, more springy designs. The Trilogy, Plant Hope, which I really like. I kind of think I want to do that one too. And then Peachtree Cottage and Daisy Lane Cottage. And then I have another bag that has the Sunflower Cottage, just to keep things in here that way. It's that season of stitching. It's kind of how my Halloween one is. It's seasonal stitching. It's everything Halloween that I really, really want to do is right there. And then that way I don't have to go ruffling through everything. I can go say, oh, what else do I have in here that I want to finish? You know, and just be able to grab that. Then, okay. Then we'll go, oh, last plan. So it's in this Coolers Design Studio. I had bought a kit, an artiste kit from Hobby Lobby, and it's a bookmark, but the key is not in it. Like the color key, which wouldn't be that hard, you know, the charts, beep. But you get the linen and you get the you know, the floss and everything. But in here, let's see if I can find it. There's actually, I have, I'll show you right now. So if you want like artiste patterns, but you don't want to buy the kit, look for this book. It is the best of Cooler Studio Designs, or Design Studio. It's a cross-stitch collection from designers Linda Gilman, Barbara Batts-Hillman, Sandy Orton, and Nancy Rossi. It's a leisure arts publication. So a lot of designers for Artiste, those names included, are in this book. So I have the kit for this, but it's also in this book. See? Because a lot of people I know like to get their own fabric anyway and their own floss. A lot of the nice kits, like this one, gorgeous. I love butterflies, birds, done. It's in here. Again, the Artiste bookmark. Didn't have the, I don't know if it was just left out. I really don't know what happened. Oh, let me see. Where'd it go? I know it's in the back of the book. But, and I left the page. Stupid me. But there are a lot of good designs in this book. Here they are. I don't know how I'm going to cover up that pattern, but right there. And it's got the color key. So, again, I found this book on clearance for $14.97. And there are, I want to say, 100 designs in this book. Nice size. Them are Marla's pages she's marked that she wants to do. But that pattern's in there. What's another popular one that I've seen people show? Give me a second. I know what's in here. Oh, there's that one. Oh, not that one. Where is it? I'll show you. No, wrong one. I'm trying to find one that I know everybody has been. Oh, there it is. It's called Spring Fever. I've seen a lot of people with this kit, and people have been asking. It's in this book. It's called Spring Fever. Very, very pretty. I just want to stitch the center part, really. But like a lot of people have seen this kit. They have it kitted up at the Artiste with all the floss and everything, but here's just the pattern. And each chapter is kind of broken down by designer. But I love this book. It's probably one of the best books I've found. But yeah, if I would have seen the pattern in here, I probably wouldn't have got the kit, but the kit was only $10. And then I had a coupon too for it. There's this pretty design with doves in it. I mean, this book is like, here's the sampler. Very pretty. Tons of bookmark ideas. There's a little section of bookmarks. And then I've seen this one as a kit too, called Be My Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. So that one's in here. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Very pretty designs. Here's a nature one. Like, you can even just stitch like the flower, just the square of the flower. Like, that's what I like about this. Here's the, I've seen this one, kimono. That one has been in a kit. I've seen that one personally. Oh, these, minus the pattern. Woo. Lemon. There's a tomato one. Carrot one. Celtic Angel. And that's just some of them. This book is huge. So that bookmark is something I want to do for a Christmas gift. And then I can stitch it for myself too because I like it. And then I do have that art teeth kit, maybe if I get to it this year. This is not really on my radar. I wanted to show you the book with that. And then I was telling everybody how I was going on a buying spree, which I did. I had a really good, like, Lizzie Kate moment. I don't know why. I don't like a whole lot of her patterns, but it just seemed like I was finding all the patterns that I actually liked for a decent price. Those ones you already know I have. Let me put these back in here. So this is my Lizzie Kate book, little folder, but here's the ones I found. So at our house, love that one. Love the stains. Really resonates with a lot of stuff that me and Marla agree on. Less is more. I have two of the four of these. I like this series. The Three Little Words. I have one of those, but I really like this one. Dreaming is free, believe in miracles. And I like a lot of the other ones. I would really like to do this one as well. The Tingles. I really like that one. I might try to get all of those. And then my really big find, well, I'll show you this one first. My to-do list, I like that one. Count my blessings, practice kindness, let go of what I cannot control, listen to your heart, be productive yet calm, just breathe. I like that one. And then these were one of the charts that I've been wanting, and she had all of them listed for like good price, like ridiculously good price. I thought something was wrong with them. I think I got them for like, well, I got them, they all came with the embellishments, with the little buttons and stuff. I got all four of them. So I got autumn, spring, summer, winter. And I really want to stitch the elongated winter, spring, autumn ones. I like the berry little one. This one's cute. So I was really happy that I got those. So that were some of them. Plus then I showed you that Crosswind collection tree. I got those. The Prairie Schoolers I got at my LNS. And then this is my other folder of like into summer stitching. So I have Bless Our Home on standby just in case I want to start that one. And then Sunflowers in Summer. So this is my summer folder that I'm trying to find like summer patterns that I like. And these were the only two that I found so far. And then this is the one that I have a lot to talk about. So these are my winter patterns that I have found and have kitted up or de-kitted up or have bought recently. So I have just recently bought the Angels Sing. I just like the angel. I'm not really big on the verse, so I like that one. I have the Cardinals in Winter kitted up. That was a WIP from last year, which I'm still going to work on this year. I de-kitted up Snow and Love because I want to get the fabric for the back. The fabric she used, that was cute. The Season of Love. I have to restart this because I used the wrong white. So I still have that. That was a WIP from last year. Hollies and Berries. I have it started. I have the pattern. I can't find it. So I do have this kitted up somewhere. Just can't find it anywhere. Then I bought Joy and Peace. And of course you've seen the Snow and Love, Be Merry that I finished. I have bought the Peppermint Twist. Love this one. Then I had started the Snowflake Serenade and the Snow Sampler during Mania. Didn't like the fabric they were on. I am trying to find a fabric. I want a light gray. Same with the Forest Snowfall. I want to get the fabric for those. So those are plans to get fabric for those and maybe start them. I would really like to do that. Then another WIP is Winter. I do have this whole thing right here stitched, the little vine and the nuts on this. And I kind of put that one on the back burner. I like it, but the ones that I showed you first are the ones that are like in my main focus. I bought Snowflakes. I de-kitted up Silent Night. I hated the fabric was on. I was like, no. And then I have the Country Cottage Needleworks Bluebird's Cabin with the the linen that I was going to stitch it on first. And then decided that I want to stitch it all together. So I'm waiting to get fabric for that. And I'm waiting on fabric for this one. So this pile is like my finish and try to get myself organized pile. Try to get fabric and get them all ready to go. I have a lot of patterns to go through, and that's this one is my to work on pile. But that is everything, guys. I've showed you my purchases, gave you a little bit of my background on how I started. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my WIP parade, my starts for this year, and maybe you guys would like to join me on stitching some of the projects that I showed you. Hopefully I will get back to doing regular videos, maybe even just by myself if Marla's too busy. That way we can show more progress. So I hope you guys had a really good New Year's, a good Christmas, because I know we weren't there, to wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy stitching. See you guys next time. If you're not subscribed, maybe follow us, see if you like any of the progress that we're making. Maybe I can get more than 5 finishes this year. That would be really cool. My goal maybe is to finish maybe one a month. That would be cool. If it's an ornament or if it's a smaller piece, I would like to finish at least one large piece this year. Yeah, I have a lot that could get finished, so I'm going to work on that and maybe have some nice progress this year. I am really excited. I have a lot of patterns in my site that I really still want to get. Excited for market because I know that's coming. Maybe this year I might try Mirabilia or a Norcorbit. I do have my eye out on Enchanted Mermaid. I have seen that one finish like 3 times. I forgot who I just seen it finished by in her WIP parade. But she's gorgeous. I know she's so hard to get, and I really, really want to get her. I love the way she looks. She's gorgeous. Yeah, I took the time and wrote down all my patterns that I want, and maybe that'll give me some more inspiration for more stitching. Like I need any more WIPs, huh? No. I will see you guys next time. Have a good stitchy time, and maybe I'll be back soon. Bye, guys.